DJ Sly, DJ Sly Tay, 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 DJ Sly, DJ.
Well, no doubt, man, for everybody that's tuning in right now, we're getting ready to have a great 2021 convo with my brother Soul. You can follow him right now. It's pinned right there on the screen at Work with Soul. And before we get started, gotta give some love to the sponsors for tonight. Bel Air. We'll get you Bel Air.
Okay.
They are sponsors for the night. Appreciate everybody out there that's supporting the brand. You dig what I'm saying? So
that's what time it is then.
Let's go ahead and get this thing started, man. We got my brother Soul. Soul, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody that may not know who you are.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, you know that takes a little while now, Sly Tay. That's a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I met Sly Tay, y'all, when
Hold on, we ain't there. You just introduced.
We ain't there yet.
Introduce yourself to the world.
Hey man, listen, world. This your boy J Soul the Genius. I'm in here with your boy Sly Tay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm from Augusta, Georgia, born and raised. Been consumed by the whole Atlanta experience for the last 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
And shoot, worked with all types of celebrities and built a nice little resume. But shoot, my upbringing is Augusta. College, Augusta, my degrees, Augusta, daughter, Augusta, you know what I'm saying? So Augusta's my home. University Hospital, Richmond, Langford, Augusta State, majored in acting, you know what I'm saying? I've taught at the Augusta Mini Theater, worked for this radio station, other radio stations, had the first home studio that I knew about back in, what year was that? 02, 03. Put my first CD out in high school. Still always got the sax right now. I might play a sax, all of it. You know what I'm saying? So shoot, just been grinding, man, and just I can't do nothing but acknowledge God, man. Played at Mount Calvary for years and years on the sax, on the keys, on the drums. So I got plenty of music history, plenty of engineering experience, plenty of industry knowledge, plenty of industry connections, plenty of connections, period, human connections for real, all around the globe that I've just been developing since I was, I don't know how long. So I'm here now, baby.
Okay, there it is, my man. So, man, very, very interesting story, man. He has a lot to share with y'all today, and I want to go back. We're gonna start off how we ended up meeting over at the radio station, man, and
right.
quite some time ago. You know what I mean? And you left and ventured off to do even greater things. So I want to start with the radio station. When you started working at the radio station, man, did you ever think that you were gonna leave from Augusta and go out and venture into the entertainment industry in Atlanta, Georgia?
I really just, I see it as the way it's going, you know what I'm saying, for real. Because as a little kid, with my father being on the radio, WRDW, which is there was a black station that was playing black music before Foxy. When Foxy came in, that was actually the white-owned black station, you know what I'm saying? But it was the FM station. But the WRDWs back in the day, that was like with my father and James Brown on the station, and then you had, Deanna Brown and Knight Rider PC, and you had all of those Minnesota Fats and all of that old school from the old school radio days. But to answer your question, did I see myself like doing what I'm doing now? I actually saw it being even greater, faster, but I see how like God wants me to know certain things and wants me to take my time in telling my story. So I didn't see myself necessarily just going into Atlanta and that just being it. I really want to travel all around the world. You know what I'm saying? I want to build a studio in LA and in Africa and all of it. So, you know, but Atlanta has been, I will say I grew up in Atlanta because when I was in Augusta, it was really like school, church, choir rehearsal. You know, it was like I was in my little box growing up in the suburbs or whatever. I didn't know a whole lot about drugs and different things, even other religions I didn't know about. Astrology I didn't know a whole lot about. It's when I really got away from just one type of people, and I felt like when you're in Atlanta, you just meet all types of people. You're gonna meet people who, this guy got 3 Smoothie Kings, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This girl over here, you know what I'm saying? She's in the high rise. She at the penthouse, you know what I'm saying? Like her grandfather, was at, who knows, some warehouse, or then left her some money or whatever. So you got, Hindu people, Buddhist people, Muslim people, doctors, lawyers, strippers, drug dealers, all of it. So it's like you learn and you meet so many different people and so many different mindsets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But LA for me, like, it's kind of like that too. Like,
we ain't to LA yet. We
ain't got to LA.
We ain't there yet. You moving too fast. So
my bad.
We still on you venturing off from Augusta, going down to Atlanta. So you go down to Atlanta, man. You get out into the ATL. You know that you wanted to do music. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's so hard for people to leave home to pursue their dreams and what they want to do. So you get down into Atlanta, and I'm sure you went down there with a plan. How hard was it for you to get into them doors? Because you ended up becoming engineer for a lot of big artists.
Yeah. Well, I think that, because like the question you asked me was like, what was the main question you asked? Because it was right on the tip of my tongue what I was about to say.
The main question is, how was it for you venturing out into Atlanta and hooking up,
getting in them doors? Oh, you said I had a plan. You said, I'm sure you had a plan. That's what you said.
But a lot of times a person's plan doesn't usually work how they want it to work. You wanting to get in with the industry, the big wigs, and it usually ain't that easy.
No, man. I remember, like, even before I moved to Atlanta, like going back and forth to go meet somebody who they said, oh, look, we want to take a look at your beats and whatnot. Or you try to meet with somebody and they ain't answering the phone, or they ain't there, or they hit you up at the end of the day, like, oh, bro, I didn't make it in today. Let's meet tomorrow, man. Breakfast on me, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So before I even got to Atlanta, I was able to kind of navigate who's who, where I need to be at. But then you still don't absolutely know yet. You have to navigate through it. You have to have a lot of conversations, and you got to really know how to be a man and look people in the face and develop your own relationships with people. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot of lessons when I was in Atlanta.
Wow.
And it ain't because I was just so successful immediately. It's because I failed immediately. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, hold on. Right there on that thought.
Oh, okay.
You said you failed immediately.
Oh yeah.
So tell us about that, like failing, because I know like some people get like so frustrated that they'll just be like, man, bump it, this it, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more.
I've done that. I've said that. You know what I'm saying? I've done that. I've said all that. Because one of the first artists I ran into, and God rest his soul, was Baby Boy. Baby Boy was brought to me by a friend of mine. And, I remember the studio he used to be at, Future sitting, sleep on the couch right there.
Future?
You know what I'm saying? Yes! This is 2008, 2009. Future wasn't famous yet.
Bro,
It was about Meanie. It was about the Shop Boys. It was about Franchise Boys. You know what I'm
bro, you
saying?
was
DG
in the
Yola was
building.
still doing shows. Dro.
You
You
was in
know what I'm
the building
saying?
with Future. Today's Future was sleeping on the couch.
Today's Future. There was a time when he wasn't
What?
famous, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
we all remember that. We all remember the mansion. You know what I'm saying? In Bankhead. You know, like we remember that. We remember Meanie. We remember all of them.
Wow.
Yeah, because they like, and I ain't gonna flex. Like my brother Spins.
Yeah.
When he said, "Bro, put your studio in Atlanta." I said, "Well, shoot, yeah, that's a good idea." You know what I'm saying? So it's just like KE on the track with, you know, like DG Yola, Young LA, Trap Boy, OJ the Juice Man, J Money, who ended up going by J Futuristic. That whole little time, that whole little Dat Piff, MySpace, and that whole little era, bro. Space Invaders, Mariachi, the clubs, the college scene, Crucial, Central Station, the Lofts. We like, bruh, Chit Chat. We would hit at Libra. We would take a song and then like we'll go perform it that night.
Wow.
The Gate, you know, DJ Ace, The Gate. We're just so many different places. The P Brown open mics. It just there's just so much history and so many names and so much ground we covered, bro. So much ground we covered.
So upon you recording all these people, what kind of doors did that open for you?
I'm gonna be honest with you, like with Baby Boy being my artist, that was my main priority, was to make sure he got signed and make sure, you know, like it took off, you know, because I felt like at the time I was just gonna be producing, you know what I'm saying, managing, you know, on the behind the scenes, you know, but still kind of on the scene type thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on really being an artist yet. I was like wanting to write and everything, but I would say that it opened doors because here I am with he used to work at Foxy, Demetrius Meet Stevens.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Meet. Wow.
Meet. That's the first person who gave me the opportunity. He said, "Hey, look." He opened the doors of his house. He said, "Look, put your studio here." And then it was walking distance from Crucial and Bankhead and D4L studio. And so I was right there in the middle of everything. So like it was nothing for people to just pull up on the studio.
Yeah.
We was in the super hood, you know, back Hall Street, Lookout, you know, Hollywood. If anybody from Atlanta, they know that. Oh, okay, yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like you be careful. There's a reason why they call it Lookout Street. You know what I'm saying? but we were back there. Like there's YouTube videos, you know what I'm saying? Well, we were back there.
Yeah.
And it's like we was cooking up. A lot of that Space Invaders, DG Yola, J Money, a lot of that stuff was cooked up in Bankhead off of Hall Street Lookout in the back of Bankhead. You used to eat at the Hans, you know what I'm saying? With the braised wings.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it opened a lot of doors, man. But I wouldn't say that like my engineering resume really took off until I started going to 12 Music because they needed some engineers.
Yeah.
And that was a chick. She owned it named Dina Marto. She had worked with L.A. Reid and Hitco and all these people. So I had met her with Meet some years ago. So let's go to like 2013, bro. Like for real, because 2012. I was done. That's when I was done with the music. When you talk about the failures,
right?
I was done with music because Baby Boy had been signed for a year already. His contract was ending. They was thinking about renewing it. This is the time when Tip was in prison, and you know it was time to renew that contract. it was time to renew the budget. Everybody was excited because, Tip was out, but he was in LA. And then unfortunately, he went back to prison. Him and Tiny, got caught up on some illegal U-turns, some drugs, whatever. I don't want to get into it, but that's what a lot of the investors was like, yeah, we're not waiting any longer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then like the engineer at the studio was like, yo, the budget's gone and what's going on? And, is it going to open back up? And all of that. And I just saw all of it kind of, I went and tried to get me a real job. You know what I'm saying? Got a insurance license and all of it. So I started learning about money and investments and how it worked. Now, I was only like 26, 25, 26 at the time. So you gotta keep in mind, it's like, I was even like, my market of people weren't thinking about investments, retirement, you know what I'm saying? IRAs, taxes. But I was learning all that stuff because I was just like, you know what, this music stuff, we'd already been to Arizona, got shot, almost shot at type thing.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Shot at, damn.
Oh yeah, no, I'm in Arizona and we at the Waffle House, and this is right after a showcase that we did with Amari Stoudemire. And, Grand Hustle was in the building, and, they felt like the showcase was rigged. And they were just like, F Grand Hustle, real loud, real aggressive. And I hear pow, 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 pow. I'm just like, I'm drinking because, I was young and I was, but we did have security. Security's like, get in the car, baby boy, come on. Baby boy's throwing up. I remember he was throwing up. He had too much to eat, too much to drink. Chinese food everywhere. And then all of a sudden, we're just on the highway going, I don't know how fast. That was my first little instance with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The rap game. You know what I'm saying? Game. So and be honest with you, I wanted to leave the rap game immediately. So when I saw 12 Music Group, bro, even though they needed interns, even though I already had my song on the radio before, even though I already had interns, I saw them up there with Polo the Don. Elvana got a session. Monica's up here working. Missy then came with Monica type thing. You know what I'm saying? The business is in here. Brian Michael Cox got a session later on. I'm just like, oh, I'm up in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, this is it. I want to be around all the R&B stuff. I want to be around the singers, the musicians. I'm finally out the trap. And then the more I got into that lane, the more trap it got.
Damn. Oh no, bro. Hold on, bro. You in the R&B lane. You ain't supposed to be like that, is it?
Yeah, but see, when I signed a deal with Atlantic to be the engineer, now all of a sudden, whatever music we want you to record, whatever artist we want you to record, that's what you got to do.
Oh.
That's it. I could be talking to you right now, and if Ty Dolla $ign needed his clean version done, or he needed to come in and do I got to go right now. Dang. So it's like, I didn't have no freedom. I started gaining a lot of weight. I wasn't eating right, all of it. So I saw that whole little part again. But then I was just like, you know what? I need an exit strategy. That's when I started pushing hard on how do I get a songwriting deal. And I started trying to manifest that, So in 2016, that's when I signed my songwriting deal with Warner Chappell, when I was able to get a little lump.
Yeah.
It was less than I thought it was going to be, because I probably wouldn't have dipped out so soon. But I was in the middle of working on the second project for K. Michelle when I didn't renew my contract.
Right. You said, so wait a minute, you said when you didn't renew it?
When I didn't.
So you had the opportunity to renew it.
Oh, yeah.
So how does that work? How does these contracts work? Because the way that you're explaining it, it kind of seems like you're in the NBA or something.
Well, no, anytime you're just working with somebody that's, paying you money, they got to be some type of term. Like, how long before we revisit this and say we're going to do this again? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I sign, I think I did a year at a time, and then I ended up doing 3 years with Atlantic, from like the end of 14 to like No, it was like the middle of 14 all the way to like April of 16. That's when I was like my main, when I was just Atlantic. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's all I'm doing. You know, from uh OT Genesis, Kirk Cobain's, Uzi, Young Thug, Cap G, um, Janelle Monáe, K Michelle. Who else, man? I think even I worked with Boosie when Boosie got out. I was the first engineer he worked with. I'm the only engineer Janelle Monáe has worked with ever.
Wow.
Yeah, she usually record herself. Went to her house and recorded her. You know what I'm saying? I worked with Drum at the studio and at his house. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Of course, Spins and everybody I've worked with Spins and Tune Freak, of course. You know, we helped build that label in 16. We built the website and we did the parties, the vibe outs and all of it. You
Eyeballs
know what I'm saying?
crazy, bro.
So it's like it's so much history, and it's like it's really like a visual. Like I have to give people like the visuals and the videos and just how much it's been, and for me to still look this young, you
Yeah.
know, I feel like it's the beginning for me because I feel like now as an artist, I really got a story to tell. Like I got more to say. I got more melodies in my head. I've seen more of the world. I've experienced more. So like I may drop an instrumental with a sax, or I might rap, or I might drop a gospel song because I'm feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just feel like now with the internet and technology, we can skip a lot of the steps that we was trying to go through a
Facts.
long time ago, you know?
Facts.
Yeah, we skip a lot of those steps because we don't have to sign to those record labels anymore. They don't have to tell us what to do and what type of records they want from us and all of it. We don't have to subject ourselves to be inside of that no more.
Yeah. So would you say it's good for a person to sign to a record label, or I mean, like, because some people are still signing to them. So what is the benefit of signing to a label?
Well, a lot of times you don't have all the team that you need. You know what I'm saying? You don't know about how to get your song registered with Harry Fox and BMI or ASCAP or Sound Exchange. And you don't, you need a team that knows about marketing and ads and social media and algorithms and hashtags. And, like some people, they get plugged into that.
Yeah.
But those 360 deals, they came out of when that dry spell was going on in the industry, when artists were still pretty much making it, but the record labels was declining because nobody was buying records anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody buying records no more, and you see the artist, they getting jealous of the artist. To me, that's what it sounds like to me. That's an opinion, because here's Janelle Monáe, she's on the cover of this and the cover of that, and you only got rights to her music, but her music ain't selling. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at the same time, it's different now because these record labels are making a lot more money now than they were before the drought with
Is that
stream
because of the streaming?
because of the streaming.
Okay.
But they haven't changed the way that they sign the artists. They still doing a multi-layer deal. It
Yeah.
used to be, oh, we're just gonna pay you to sing the song. We'll take the money from the sales of the song or the mechanical royalties before streaming. Now it's streaming is included. You know what I'm saying? We were just gonna take the mechanicals. You take all your performance rights. You go perform the song, and if you wrote the song, you get your BMI and all of it. And we didn't touch none of your merch. We didn't touch none of your shows. We didn't touch none of that. You got an endorsement deal with Sprite, want to come and you do a commercial. McDonald's want you, bop 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 bop. Go do it. Go take your money. But now it's like these labels are like, oh, you going to do Sprite? Okay, we need some of that. And here's your check from Sprite.
What?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Live Nation. Okay, here's your check from Live Nation. they've turned the artist who was the entity who had the label and the manager and everybody working for them, they done flipped the whole script. Now the artists pretty much work for the label. And a lot of artists think they work for their manager.
Wow.
Even I've heard artists call they manager boss man or CEO. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So artists got to flip that script again. Well, we like, okay, we got to get educated on where our money comes from, how to copyright our music, how to market our music, so that when the label comes, and they coming, especially if you in the right demographic, and I ain't talking about the black-owned labels. Let me get that straight, okay? I'm not talking about going to sign with Jay-Z. I'm not talking about going to sign with Aftermath or something like that. You know, black artists got good artists. You know what I'm saying? I even like Baby and Cash Money, Drake and Nicki and all of it. Black artists got good artists, but when you have the other side of people who's trying to copy the culture, what we have is people who are looking at who don't have the intelligence, but who has the influence. Let me grab him and let me exploit him to not just to make money off of trap music. There's a bigger agenda than just making money off of trap music, because trap niggas was already making money off of trap music. They was in the Libra and the Central Station passing out the seat. You remember the bubble vans? Remember they would wrap the van. You know what I'm saying? Remember the all the black label? You don't see that no more, because them labels like, oh, who you signed with? Oh, okay. Then they start courting them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's eat over here. Oh, let's take a trip over here. Oh, you ain't got no such and such? Oh, let me give you a such and such.
Yeah.
But get courted the hell out of. Now you in that man's office and you looking at him and he's like, well, look, we ready to sign you. You ain't got your manager with you. You ain't got your mama with you. You ain't got your homeboys with you. You ain't got your producer with you.
Yeah.
You in the room by yourself, and they got that paperwork. And don't say you want to go see your lawyer. Oh, you want to see your lawyer? Oh, okay. We just need to get another. We need to get another artist. That's what we need to do.
What?
We need to get another.
So
This is the contract.
You can't even get up and leave and go nowhere. You gotta, if you don't sign right then and there, it's a wrap.
There's a million niggas outside ready to get signed. You want to get your lawyer? All right, go get your lawyer. I don't know if this is going to be here when you get back. Bro, we just ate at Roof Chris. How much did you ain't pay nothing. You just got on the flight, first class. You ain't pay nothing.
Yeah.
Sign the contract.
It worked.
All right. Then you tell your homeboy, yeah, I signed the contract. Well, did you look at it? Yeah, man, a lot of pages. And I don't want to because there's a lot of people in really messed up contracts. They don't know what they say, because a lot of these A&Rs are trained to court an artist and pull them the hell in. Won't you get your sign here, you know? But that happens a lot more than we think, because there's a lot of artists signed, but when you get signed, you still have to deliver. You know what I'm saying? You still can't just. There are a lot of artists that sign that ain't got no fan base type thing. You know what I'm saying? So they call TBAs.
If that's happening with the artist, is that happening with the producer side too? Oh,
producers getting robbed everywhere, bro.
Wow.
Producers are getting robbed everywhere. And there's somebody on YouTube who getting robbed too. If your beat's on YouTube, somebody's sitting in a lab. If they like your beat, they just recreating it.
But I thought
ideas.
even if they recreate your beat, what about you? If you got the stems, you know, a person can recreate your work, but if you got the stems and them stems dated, it don't mean nothing.
Let me put it like this. Then you gotta, that whole process.
Yeah.
You want to just if somebody stole your music for real and you can prove it, do like that girl did with Beyonce. If I were a boy, she was like, all right. She na 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 na. She was like, okay, I know that's my song, but that's Beyonce. Let me shut up. She let that song get big, big, big. Then she came out. All right, that's my song. I'm
Yeah.
the one that wrote it. After it already got big.
Right.
You come in too soon. Oh no. We'll pull the plug on that because I've wrote a song with another artist. Then project comes out. They ain't did the paperwork. Other artists start complaining. Label, instead of paying us, just say, oh, we'll just take that one off we'll just take it down. They put it back up without the song.
It's crazy.
So now you got 100% a zero going on. You got $0 going. Now it ain't streaming. But yeah, somebody steal your stuff. Wait for it to get big. Have your proof for real. Have your copyrights for real. You know what I'm saying? Not your stems. Go to the Library of Congress. If you don't know how to, just call them. Pay the $65 or the $85, whatever one it is. You know what I'm saying? Just get it done.
Okay.
But
So
at the same time, because I know you was talking about these producers and getting these placements. There's producers everywhere trying to get to that top 1% artist. Everybody want that Chris Brown placement. Everybody want that Beyonce placement. Everybody want that Rihanna placement. Everybody want to get on that Jay-Z. Everybody wants to get on that top #1 hit.
yeah.
How does that happen?
How does that happen?
How do you get your placements on? How do you get your shine on as a producer? And the answer, for real, is what Ryan Press told me, and I hated this answer.
Uh-oh.
You just got to work hard.
You gotta work hard.
You got to work hard. The only reason why I got a song with, the only song that Future and Jacquees got is called What They Gonna Do With Me. The only reason why I got that placement was because in 2000, I think it was 14, me and Spence did a beat. Future got on it, and Jacquees wanted to do a song with Future on this last project that he just did.
Yeah.
Future already wrote the song, already had it, never came out, gave him the song. And if you listen to Jacquees' lyrics, these were lyrics that Future wrote. You know what I'm saying? So when Future come in, he not singing Jacquees' lyrics.
Jacquees.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it's a dope song too. I feel like when you look on Apple Music, you can't tell that Future's on it. I think if more people knew that Future's a lot of people's favorite artist. You know what I'm saying? He's one of my favorite artists. His melodies and a lot of stuff, what he does. I feel, and Jacquees, be honest with you, that's one of my favorite artists too. I like I like his work ethic. I like, the confidence and even where he's from and how he tells his story and takes care of the people around him and all of it,
Yeah.
I worked with him before. He wasn't famous when I first did Pandora with him. The record he did, Pandora, when he did a song and he did a video that was on World Star. It's millions of plays right now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like, I met him through Spins. I met Baby Boy through Spins. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about just keeping having good relationships with people. I remember he was DJing as a kid. And, I'm a kid. I was a kid. I was only 18, 19, working at Foxy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because PC the Night Rider gave my name to Lakeisha Collins. And she was directing at the time over there.
Yeah.
And, at first it was an internship. I remember we would go out in the community. We did a blood drive / car wash,
Yeah.
remotes, football games. I've got so many memories, bro. I got so much to talk about. We could really do a documentary movie over it
The
because
documentary coming. What you talking about, boy? The
you know what
documentary.
I'm saying. Because I'm just proud of everybody. Like, of course, I could talk about myself, but I'm just proud of everybody around me. Like, look at your longevity in the radio game and how how we able to have this conversation and put this out live and it don't matter who's here right now. This is gonna, like people are
Going to
gonna go back
YouTube.
and they're
It's
gonna
going to
go back and watch.
YouTube.
They're gonna go back and watch this because they have to. Cause look at what I just went through in January with the police.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and touch on that, man. But you come back home. You know what I'm saying? And I was tripping. I thought when I seen you post that photo of your mugshot, I actually thought you was doing a photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? Until
Thank you.
he
Thank
reached
you.
out to me. I said, I was like, in my head, I was like, dang, what made Soul want to do a mugshot photo shoot? But people do all kind of different things nowadays. But then when you called me and you was like, no, I really got arrested. I was like, what? They got arrested. So what happened, bro? Was you out here being a criminal?
Man, look, bro. And I just got to give it all to God and just keep my feet completely on the ground. You know what I'm saying? And just from the most humble place in the world, it just entirely. It's Wednesday night. It's January 13th.
Okay.
I got invited out to Alley Cats. I'm leaving Bible study. I have Bible study with my friends in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? We do a small thing. It's pandemic time, so it ain't no church. It ain't no big Bible study. It's a couple of my friends. You know what I'm saying? So I'm leaving from over there. And I turn on the GPS. I'm just like, where is Alley Cats? I don't even know.
Been gone that long.
You know. So it puts me on John C. Calhoun. I did not know that I was on John C. Calhoun, bro. Just like on everything I love.
John C. Calhoun.
For however reason, they pulled me over for speeding when I was driving within the speed limits. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Deputy Champion is his name. Comes to my window. Asks me how I'm doing. I'm good. How you doing? You know? Then I notice that there's another police officer on the other side, bro. So I'm just like, what is going on here? Champion reaches his finger in my window and lets down my passenger window for the other guy. In my head, I'm like, whoa. Keep in mind, this is January 13th.
Yeah.
I just saw white people storming the Capitol a few days ago. Over and over. Keep in mind, this. So, you getting jumpy on me. In my head, I'm saying, you damn right. I turn my camera on. I need to see what's going on with you. I'm not even going to do an accent. I'm just going to give you the word. I'm just going to give you the words. He opens my door, tells me to get out. Why am I getting out the car? I know I'm being filmed now because he done violated me. I'm going to get them to admit that he just violated me. I get the whole thing on camera, bro. I get the whole thing. Then I asked him if I'm free to go. He said, you're detained for going 81 in a 50? Yeah. That means that, bro, you was detaining me from the get-go. You was planning on arresting me from the get-go. If you was detaining me, all you had to do was put me in handcuffs and then search my car. But no, you get me out of the car and you say, this is not a normal encounter. And right now on TikTok, this is going viral. People are watching this right now, commenting right now. Yeah. Because I posted it. We're almost at 600,000 views, bro.
So they made you get out the car, or did you get out the car on your own?
This man says, I'm filming you, and I'm telling you to get out the car.
Okay.
That's cold. He's telling me, bro, I'm doing my job. So I get out the car, but I said, I'm taking my camera with me. He said, I don't care what you do. I get out. I got my camera in my hand. I'm this still. They can't believe they don't see no fear in my eyes. He started reaching on me. You know, hey, you don't have permission to touch me. No, why you reaching on me? Don't do that. Stop. I'm telling him, look, bro, we in a pandemic, Sly. Nothing in my life told me that man needed to touch me. Yeah. And then when he told me, take the breathalyzer, you want me to take my mask off and insert something in my mouth for you when I know that you can tell that I'm not drinking. You can tell that I'm sober, bro. I said, I haven't had anything to drink. I haven't had anything to smoke. I'm just trying to get where I'm going. I said, am I free to go? No, you can't, because you're going 81 and a 50.
Yeah. So did he show you that? Was he able to show you the gun? That you were going 81?
Bro, I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
This stuff made up.
Okay, because I'm thinking that's mighty fast on John.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He didn't realize that I was older than 21. Mm. So he think he about to get me super speeder and no, bro. Really, you supposed to write me a ticket if you thought that I was speeding and tell me good night. You know what I'm saying? But instead, because I refused a breathalyzer, and if you don't take a breathalyzer, they want to draw blood from you. No.
So, did they end up doing that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. End up doing what? I'm a human being. You can't touch me. You can't touch my stuff. I'm not blowing into your machine. You're not drawing no blood from me. What are y'all doing with these people's blood? What y'all doing with the blood?
So the officers draw the blood?
No, they take you to a lab.
Oh.
And you by yourself.
Man, that's crazy.
No, and there's people who are doing that, who are sober, who are going to jail. What? And I don't want to get up there with it, because people start thinking that I'm not mad. I'm not mad, but I know that there's a process to changing things that's going on. I've already made a complaint, and they said my complaint was sustained after they watched all the video footage.
Yeah.
We want to check every angle. I've recorded everything, bro. Every conversation that I've had with them. I've had every email, every lie that they've told. I've got it, bro.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna flex. I wasn't in jail for a long time. I'm from Augusta. I had a feeling somebody was gonna know me from somewhere. I'm not gonna say no names, but somebody who isn't our skin color called in and says, let him go. Wow. That's J Soul. Let him go. Who's downstairs right now? It was 3-something in the morning, bro. Most people are there for 9 hours. I was there almost 4.
Right.
And a lot of times they're not letting people out, bro. Yeah. Even if you done paid, they just like, we'll get you when we feel like it.
That's crazy.
They searched my name over and over. I just watched them. You never been here? No, I never been here before. You never been arrested? Never been to jail? No. This your ID? You were born in 84?
That was a lot of questions they were asking you, bro.
What's your highest level of school? Can you come take the fingerprints again? Can we just make sure? You want me to fingerprint again?
You ain't who you say you are, is what I'm thinking.
And then everything check out, and everything was all right. But then the following Monday, they put, not them, but they released the pictures to AugustaCrime.com, and if Augusta Crime is watching, stop putting old pictures of people who got charged a long ago and stop putting them as new charges, because that's what they doing, bro. They taking people who had old charges, and if they ain't got nothing going on that day, we'll put you on today too. So your mugshot get to run again. Facebook, all of it.
Oh, are you serious, bro?
With the yes, that's what's going on.
You might get
So
a double or
so
triple whammy.
so my face get up in there, and you know people ain't hitting Facebook, but the text message underground. Oh, look at J Soul. Ooh, look at Tommy. DUI. Oh, he drinking and driving. No, I wasn't.
Oh, so wait a minute, bro. In the paper, in the dollar paper, they put you down for DUI?
DUI, speeding, and windshield. What's on my windshield, bro? You see my car ain't nothing on my windshield? This is what they doing to people who don't know how to get stuff expunged. I already know how to get it expunged and taken off of Facebook, and I feel like you can watch the video and tell that none of those charges are gonna stick. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just like, what about the people who don't know? What about the people who ain't got nobody? That's who I want to fight for, bro. Because they doing this. It's because I look the way I look. It's because I'm a black man with a hairdo, driving in a nice car, coming through your city. John C. Calhoun, not realizing I was born here. My grandfather lived to 100, and he was here. He laid the bricks on Lucy Craft Laney, the Bell Auditorium. Y'all like going in there and watching. Oh, Earth, Wind, and Fire came to Augusta in May, a couple Mays ago. All white people. My grandfather built the Bell Auditorium. Y'all like that, huh? Y'all like to watch, the little shows in there, whoop-de-whoop. No, bro, I'm here. I was graduated here. I was born here. My daughter is at AU.
Yeah.
With all A's. You get what I'm saying? That insurance license that I got a long time ago.
Yeah.
When I got my life and health insurance license, I'm using my health insurance license. You know why? Because it's a pandemic and people are in the health insurance conversation. So during health insurance selling time, I made more money in 3 months than I had for the last 3 years.
Selling health insurance, huh?
Health insurance to guess who? Medicare, 65 and up. Why? Because they get an automatic check.
Every month.
Every month. On time. And
Never
guess what
late.
they paying? With they method of payment? Social Security. So you got to worry about, they ain't got the money.
They money there.
They money there. And there's literally millions and millions. There's millions of people, baby boomers, bro. There's millions of people 65 and up, and it's such an untapped market. Such an untapped market. There's a lot of help that we could do for people who are 65 and up on a daily basis. Like in the morning time, I'm not allowed to, tell where I work, but I help elderly people with their drug plans, bro. There's a lot of people making a lot of money off of drugs in the mail to these old people, bro.
That's the new way.
It's atorvastatin, it's gabapentin, it's rosuvastatin, it's the insulin, it's the lisinopril. It's and anybody in pharmacy know exactly what I'm talking about. The pharmacy, forget the grocery store. Walmart is getting opioids a penny a pill. Then they can turn around and charge whatever they want, bro. Whatever they want. And Amazon doing the same thing and ain't paying no taxes.
I think I want to get a pharmacy, man.
You see what I'm saying, my brother? Because the street pharmacy, they pulling the street pharmacy. You can't do that unless you got some type of, you in Cali, you in Colorado, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they really do have to legalize marijuana, bro.
Yeah.
Because we're in a different y'all making so much money off of factory drugs, bro, that even if somebody got 12 pounds of weed in their trunk, leave them alone.
Yeah.
Leave them alone. It's a tree. But they know how to brainwash us, bro. Like, as soon as something is illegal, we're like, oh no. You see somebody with some weed, you're like, oh God, you got weed. In California, like, bro, I know people, when I was in Cali, there was people, all they do is travel and sell weed and smoke weed, bro. That's it.
Right.
That's it, from the Netherlands.
Well, you know, Cali's a different place. Different rules out there
It's a
on the
different
West.
place. But we on the same earth, though. We all on the same earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, and I get what they're saying about the gateway and all of it, because for real, I saw how Cali went from it's not legal to, okay, you can get a card, you can go to the doctor and get a card and, you know, get some weed. Now it's like recreational, and like you can just go to the dispensary, you just see the green light, walk in, and you're good.
Yeah.
But I see how like people start getting on other stuff. Everything become legal at that point, bro. So you really have to like just be careful, because too much of anything ain't good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
So let's get back to the music, man. You working on some music. You done sent me several songs after you came back.
So when I got out of jail, I couldn't sing no R&B songs because I couldn't think of no love notes. So I came out with a song called 311. And I was born at 311. And the court date that they gave me was March 11th. And I just felt like the whole thing was so surreal, like me going through that with the cops. I really felt like God was with me, Sly. I really felt like, okay, whatever God want to happen to me out here is what's going to happen. I didn't know if they were going to try to kill me. I didn't know if I was going to jail. I didn't know if they were going to let me go. But I was really like just resting in it, just like, all right, what's next, God? Even when I was in jail, bro, I was like, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. I don't know what's on the other side of this, bro, but all right. You can just see it in my face even when I was filming myself. Like, you go to my thing, I'm just like, why am I in front of your car, sir?
Yeah.
What we doing now? You
So
know what I'm saying?
You went to jail for 4 hours, man. I mean, somebody that's never been in trouble with the law, that's never been to jail or anything. Like, I'm sure you kind of was a little frightened, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I think working in the music industry, working with artists, for whatever reason, artists be going to jail a lot, bro. And they seem like they be all right. You know what I'm saying? They'll be okay. Especially if it's just some traffic stuff. You in a holding cell, somebody gonna pay, you get out. Yeah. And I think it was foreshadowing, bro. Like when Warnock just went into office, they ran a commercial. It was like, remember when Warnock was praying and he got arrested? I'm just like, I remember seeing his hands behind his back and how calm he was. And I was just like, this is before I got arrested, bro. And I remembered that moment when I put my hands behind my back. I was just like, was it foreshadowing? Was God trying to show me, bro, you got to go through this? Because I feel like on the other side of it, like when I look at like, when I talked to my cousin who's a lawyer, been working with DUIs for 10 years, she was like, put the video out, bro. You held your composure. You didn't do anything wrong. And you're showing that you're being violated. You really got to publicize that video. Yeah. So I put it on Facebook and Instagram, and then, you know, they do that. When stuff get too big on Instagram or something going too heavy, it's an algorithm kind of push it down. Yeah. When I put it on TikTok, though, everybody was watching that whole video. So what TikTok's algorithm is, people watching the whole video, they're going to show more people. People commenting, people like liking, and you know, and like it's still going on, and it's been up since I don't know how many days, bro. Yeah. I don't know how many days, and it's like I have my music on there too, and like TikTok pays your distributor when your music is on there. So I was like, I've got way more hits on my music on TikTok because that video is like feeding it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody says that TikTok, like even the labels depend on TikTok now.
Like if
Yeah.
a song gets to popping on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
they gonna immediately take that song and that's gonna be a single. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
TikTok
Yeah.
is what they are looking at for the next hits now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to, because that they figured out the algorithm for real. That's the reason why people be on there for hours. People be on TikTok for literally hours, bro.
Yeah, I haven't got to it yet. I got a TikTok page, but I got to get into it. My son be on it a lot, but I guess since you just said what you said, I'm gonna get more into it, man. It seems like it's a powerful tool.
It's a powerful. There's a lot of powerful tools out there right now that's really that's there to help people like us. You know what I'm saying? The creators, the people who don't want to have to go through the gatekeepers or ask for any money or whatever. Like if you know how to put your song on TikTok, and if you know how to upload videos on TikTok, you can make a passive income off of your videos after you hit 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they have what's called a creator fund. And on the creator fund, you get paid, based on your viewage.
So if I took one of my beats that I sent to my publishing company, BMI, and I got it running on TikTok, I get a check. Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
That's why, and I think there's a lot of producers who ain't waiting on artists no more. Just dropping beat CDs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But most artists, they'll get your beat off of YouTube or whatever anyway. They'll make a song to it. Yeah. If it blow up for real, like, you know what I'm saying, do some due diligence on it. But at the same time, like, as producers, we can drop music without artists, bro. We can drop instrumentals.
I think people should
get paid.
that. Like, even when the mixtape game was popping real strong, remember everybody would have the instrumental CDs. Like, producers should have really just said, you know what, I'm gonna just drop my own beats.
Just drop your own beats.
Yeah, because if they was hot, if they was taking them instrumental shit, they gonna take your instrumentals too and mix them and blend them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you figure even like radio stations, they need music beds.
Yeah.
That's another game, a part of the game that people haven't gotten into, because it's like, okay, if you're a producer and you know these radio stations, they got these jocks on the radio, they need music beds. Man, I would make a catalog and I would go sell the catalog to the radio stations.
Hey, are they comments? Are they saying stuff to us, man? Who is that?
Oh yeah, people comment, man.
I see some Let's Get It. I see Reese. What's up, Reese?
Yeah, man. They've been going ham. It's a lot, man. It's way up there, bro. I can't wait till the end of it to see, man. We didn't have a lot of people chime in, but it's going to be even more once we upload it on YouTube, man.
Right.
So you got the new songs out, man. So what direction you want to go in, man? What made you want to move back home?
Well, the way I look at it, Sly, I really don't feel like I've left home. Like, even when I was a kid, I was always going back and forth to Atlanta. I just never had my own place in Atlanta. And then the end of 2018, especially after, like, rent was real stupid, you know what I'm saying? And then I felt like, at that time I had really ruined my credit and all of it. I wanted a house. So I was like, all right, I got my studio in Atlanta. I'm going to keep my studio in Atlanta because if anybody want to record, I need to keep that going. You know what I'm saying? That makes me money. But this apartment, that ain't no asset. That's $2,300, when we start talking about the utilities and all of it, that's actually $2,300 that I can, and I already own a house in Augusta. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But shoot, man, like when I decided I was just gonna that my paradigm shift from I need somebody to come to me so I could do their music. And this happened probably in like 2015, 16. I started being like, you know what? I don't want to be booked. I want to look at my life and say, what do I want to do next? What do I want to produce next? What artists do I want to produce next? What do I want? Like, what do I want to do? I don't want to be waiting on the phone to ring for somebody to be like, hey, here, bro, you can do this, or hey, you can do that. I was just like, you know what? I don't want to do that no more, because I get consumed with doing so much music that I might not even like. I want to take the music that I say, you know what? I want to do a jazz song and ad lib over it for 3 or 4 minutes and fade it out. Or, I'm feeling the spirit. Like when it was Christmas time, that's when I dropped Christ on the Boat. Like it was really like a song to Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look, I got God's peace with me. I got Christ's peace with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to drop Christ on the Boat. So I did that 12/21 of last year. And I got 311 coming out 311. And then I dropped a song called Holding Back, which is an R&B song. It was like January 29th. And, I felt like it was just a good time right before Valentine's Day. Like I like the drums in it. I like the melody and the music. Yeah. And I had some guys do some, these guys in Morocco did a lyric video for it. So the lyric video was real nice. So I'm excited about that. I've been selling some merch. So I've got like the Blessed Regardless shirts.
Yeah, I see you got the website. Get a website out to everybody, man. They gotta go get some merch.
Yeah, I got 84soulmusic.com. We got the Christ on the Boat shirts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
the Blessed Regardless shirts. I had more shirts on there, but I was decided like, let me just keep it simple right now. Mm-hmm. So, I sent out some shirts. I need to send you out a shirt. I got your address, I believe. So you're going to get
your address. See it, boy. We're right here in the same area with you.
Going to send it to you. No, man, look. When you're an artist, you really can't go to the post office like that. You know what I'm saying? So my gem is I figured out how to have a drop shipment company for the shirts.
Wow.
So you can order anywhere in the world. I've got a company in North Carolina, in LA, and in London that does the abroad stuff. That's gonna print the shirt. They're gonna, mail it with my company name on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're gonna send it out, and it comes professional. The tracking number gets sent to whoever purchased it off the website. Like everything happens automatically, bro. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
And that's the type of things that artists need in this century. You know what I'm saying? In this decade.
How did you find out about that?
There was a lady hit me up who's her name's Paula. Mm-hmm. She's over the Atlanta Fashion Week, and she was like, yo, who want to start their own clothing line or whatever. I'm just like, so I just hit her up, like I ain't know what she was talking about. And I started doing some research on, how I could set my business up and how I can set the website up where I can put the mock-up for the shirts. And because like really, you sell the mock-up for the shirt. That's what Beyonce, all of them doing, bro. Like you share the picture of the shirt, and right. they're all order on demand.
Wow.
Yeah, so I could literally sell 100 shirts. I don't have to buy 100 shirts first.
Now that's how I need to get into that game.
I need to get into that game. And I'm affiliate, so I can give you an affiliate code.
Yeah. I need to get into that game like right now. Sly Tay merch. Oh man. What?
These are coming. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see it again.
This is embroidered right here. The 84 Soul.
Yeah. Sure
this is embroidered. And the hoodie has embroidery too. Uh-oh. we fall down. All right, here we go. You know what I'm saying? This is embroidered too.
Yeah, 84 Soul.
Yeah, it's all feel good. The
so
girl
who the 84 Soul music stand for?
So 84 is my birth year, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
In Chinese horoscope, that would make me a rat.
A rat?
You know about the Chinese horoscope?
I have no idea. Can you explain that a little bit for the people like me that's lost?
Okay. So, like, when's your birthday?
December 7th.
So, are you a Capricorn?
Sagittarius.
So you're a Sagittarius. So notice how like we have 12 signs, and when it comes to like our zodiac over here in America. In China, each sign is a different year, and they start over after every 12 years.
What?
So in 1984, I'm a rat. What year were you born? I'm gonna tell you what you are. Hold on, I'll tell you.
Oh boy, man, I'm gonna DM that to you, bro.
You gonna do?
Hey man, I don't even want to give people out the hey.
Like, hey man, hey,
you
hey
got
man, check it out, bro.
hey,
Hey, I got that.
You tried to get me there, but I ain't fall for that one that quick, bro. That one. Fuck everybody out there that one.
Woo! Yeah, but it go by your year. You can go like you can just go like let's say you were born in 83, right?
Yeah.
So 1983, Chinese horoscope animal. You're a pig.
Oh
You would be
no.
you would be a pig if you were born in 83.
Hold on, man.
What? Let me see. What year is this?
Hold on. I'm getting ready to text you right now what year I was born. Because I refuse to be a damn pig, bro.
This is the year of the ox.
You ain't even gotta say it out loud.
This is the. I ain't gonna say nothing.
You just
But
let me know what I am.
Okay, I'm gonna let you know. I will let you know right now. Hold on. Okay, I just saw it.
What's happening?
You are the goat.
A goat?
You the goat.
Hey, now y'all see why I had to somewhat correct one over there? That's perfect.
You the goat, bro.
Right one. I'm a goat. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
What?
And the next time is the year of the goat is 2027. The last time it was the year of the goat was 2015. It says the goat is the 8th in the Chinese zodiac cycle. According to Chinese astrology, each year is associated with the animal sign occurring in a 12-year cycle. What does year of the goat mean? Yeah, look, you gotta read it. I don't want to get too astrological on the Empire Radio. I know we gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
But you see, I'm into a lot of things, bro. I'm in the astrology. I'm into cryptocurrency. I'm into music and investments and
what's up with this cryptocurrency, man? I be hearing like so many people talking about cryptocurrency, and then like I remember when I was in Atlanta with y'all, and everybody had big screens with all these different candles and stuff on it.
Yeah.
I was kind of interested. I'm like, man, this got to be something. But I didn't want to be one of them people that just where they be like, hey man, he asking a lot of questions. Who this nigga is?
No, bro. It's perfect to ask questions, especially when you're talking about investing, because somebody who watches it every day is gonna know what's low, what's too high, what's a good buy sign, what's a good sell sign. You pick up on terminology. And it really just about making it a lifestyle. If you're gonna start investing, you want to just kind of make it a lifestyle. Just know the rules. You know, every time you get paid, you might want to just allocate a certain percentage of your income to some crypto that's in a good position. All the time, it ain't always in a good position. Stocks ain't always in a good position. Gold ain't always in a good position. The real estate market ain't always in a good position. You got to know when it's time to buy, when it's time to sell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that's all it is. The same way music has become a MP3 now, money has become an MP3. Money can travel through the internet in a legit way now. When before it was just like we was on a system since the 70s called ACH, automated clearinghouse. If you ever get direct deposit, that's how electronic funds work. They work through the phone system, and it's slow. That's why when you see your Bank of America, whatever, pinned in and all of it, everyone, why is it pending? Why it takes so long? Why you can't? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now, just as fast as you can send a text to Germany in an instant, you can send money anywhere in the world in an instant.
Cash App.
But that's still, you still got a border though. You got a border.
Yeah.
With Cash App, you still got a border.
What's the border? Because you get the money right away. You ain't got to wait.
No, you got a border because you can't just send yen.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't send you can't even receive. You like there got to be some type of converting mechanism. When I made money and I got a check from London, it had to go to New York first, and then they charged me $27 to process it and put it in my bank. It was a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? The Western Union thing takes a long time. The Walmart, all of it takes a long time. Even Cash App, they still taking so much. You send $100 to somebody on Cash App, they check their Cash App. It's 94, 93. Cash App is making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Even when you buying Bitcoin on Cash App. I don't buy Bitcoin on Cash App. I don't buy
Uh-oh.
stocks on Cash App.
I done bought a lot of Bitcoin on Cash App, man. What's up? What I done did wrong?
You ain't
What
do
I done
nothing
did
wrong. It's
wrong?
just they overcharging for it. That's all.
Oh.
Yeah, they overcharging for it. And buy a whole lot when you can get on Binance and be like, wait a minute, why? Or even Robinhood is fair. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like Robinhood ever since the thing happened. You know what I'm saying? Because when the little crash went, they wouldn't let nobody do nothing, and then they was holding up. You know what I'm saying? Which was crazy to me.
The thing about Robinhood, especially the free one, bro, if they're not letting you do something, it's a good reason. You know what I'm saying? Because most people on there, they've never owned any stock anywhere else but Robinhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people, you're there to kind of get your feet wet and to figure it out. That whole thing with the AMC and the GameStop and all of it, you know what I'm saying? Where they inflated the prices super, super high. Any smart investor want to participate in that anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why would I come in at the highest it's ever, like, super inflated price? Robinhood didn't think it was a good idea for none of his members to do that. Like, it ain't up to Robinhood, and that's why a lot of people was, upset. But at the same time, you ain't upset if you didn't lose no money. And if you already had stock, they was like, okay, you can go ahead and close it out, or you can hold it, whatever, but we're not letting you buy none right now.
Yeah.
Because it's not a good idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's really not a good idea, bro. It's not a good idea. When a stock, and that's what a lot of people do. They watch people say, oh, well, let me see you make some money from it first. I want to see you make some money from it.
They gotta see that it's real.
And then they see people make money from it because it done went super high. And then that's when they want to participate. And then it's on its way down. They're like, man, this junk don't work, man. I think he scammed. I think Sly Tay took my money, man. He told me to invest in this Bitcoin stuff, man. I saw him make money. I went and invest my money, man, but then it was negative.
got in at the wrong time, you know what I'm saying?
So you wanna investigate. And if anybody's watching, if you go to bitscreener.com, that's a good place to start. There's a lot of education there.
Bitscreener.com.
Bitscreener.com.
So do you think that cryptocurrency is going to replace cash?
People gonna always have cash because they're gonna be grandfathered. Cash is gonna be grandfathered in. You know, like it's gonna be more acceptable to have your thing on your phone, whatever. All your money's gonna be on your phone real soon. As far as the banks, if banks come up with digital wallets for us to have, they need to really be giving us some interest for keeping our money. Like if Bank of America got an app and they want us to keep our digital money on their app,
yeah,
it needs to like be giving us some interest on it.
Yeah.
Because though we done peeped the game now. Like, okay, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, all of y'all been making money off of our money. Y'all been just taking from us and not getting no interest. But y'all been getting all the interest. And then when you go up to the counter, you see a little candy and it say dum dum, and you don't know why that's there.
This boy's stupid. Hey, but since you said that, I ain't even go front, man. I've been kind of using my Bitcoin as my savings account. And one thing that I know about Bitcoin, My money make a whole lot more interest on it sitting in Bitcoin than it do sitting in a damn bank.
The proof is in the pudding, bro. You know what I'm saying? If people have been participating, if they've been watching it, they've got a substantial amount of money right now. You know what I'm saying? If they haven't been participating and they're watching, it's a good time to be educated right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could play music all day, bro. Like I do music because it's good for the soul. It's good for when I've been harassed by the police. They can put out a song, you know what I'm saying? And then watch people on TikTok make comments on it from around the world and all of it. Like, that's cool, but at the same time, like, I want to help people. I want to educate people. I want to give people, you know, positive vibes and show people that you're not really stuck doing nothing that you're doing. You can sit down and you can come up with a goal, and you can come up with how you can manifest whatever dream you got, period. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I know I've been through a lot, and, you know, from getting my door kicked in while I was at the studio, while I was living on Boulder Crest, coming home, my mattress is turned up and laptop missing, hard drive missing, class ring missing, TV missing, type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Boy, you was hanging with some savages, weren't you?
No, I was in the beginning of the gentrification of Boulder Crest. When you look on the website, like, oh, God. Not realizing this is where, you know, Gucci Man and all them was just talking about, you know, Boulder Crest Shawty, Texaco Shawty, you know what I'm saying? There's Fayetteville right there, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I wasn't staying in the high rise anymore with the chick no more, because she had a, you know, arranged marriage and everything. And, you know, we stopped co-partnering or whatever, and I got my own place, but I didn't do a whole lot of research, bro. Yeah. And I'm on the first floor, and I'm vulnerable, and I'm thinking I'm in a safe neighborhood because there's a gate.
So you went from living in the high riser overlooking the city of Atlanta to Boulder Crest.
Yeah, in a really, really nice renovated, you know, what used to be Sunset Villa, where Gucci Man used to stay. You know what I'm saying? With Glen Emerald in the back. You know what I'm saying? With the It's nice now. It's a whole nice little lake and all of it. It's beautiful now. You can't even get over there under $300,000, $400,000. It's Eastland Heights now. You know what I'm saying? They built all the, you know, everything's real gentrified over there. For real. Yeah. Wow. And I was in the beginning of that, where it was still like half and half. You cross the street, it's rough over there in Paradise East. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Petey, we heard about Lil Snooty or Lil Nudie or whatever, he was from over there. Where and all them stuff they were rapping about, that really what's going on. Like, you know, like.
Now, hold on. You said an interesting point, man. You said your house got kicked in. Mm-hmm. Now, why is it in Atlanta, could be in other places too, not really sure, but I only know of Atlanta, that producers is always getting their damn door kicked in? What is it that y'all have that these niggas out here won't?
The thing is, you just know a lot of producers. The thing is, niggas is getting robbed and burglarized. Period. That's what's going on. Don't live on the first floor. Yeah. Don't live on the first floor and have cameras. They caught the young guys who broke in. It was 14, 15, and 16. Wow. And it was kids, man, and it was gang initiation time. Yeah. And they ran in. They took everything. You know, they didn't take my microphones. They didn't take my keyboard. You know what I'm saying? But they took, you know, a laptop, an older laptop I had. They took class ring, eyeglasses, opened up the fridge, went crazy, you know, like went in every drawer, went in, you know, the mattress turned up, door wide open, all my lights just wide, just open, just on.
Damn.
Yeah. But you know what?
How was that coming home, bro? I know that fucked your head up.
I'm leaving home from the studio. I was still working in Atlantic, and I was driving home. And then you know how you just, you didn't leave your light on, but you're like, hell, where's my light on? Mm-hmm. I go down the stairs. I stayed on the first floor, and my door is wide open. I walk in, glass all over the floor before they came in the patio. You know what I'm saying? Mud because it was raining outside. They done tracked mud inside. I can tell they was trying to move fast. There's an ice cream thing. I can tell where they jumped over the gate, broke in, and then jumped back over the gate type thing. Like, I saw the whole thing, and it was just like, I knew I couldn't stay there that night. So, I called the police, and, the next morning, no, I stayed there that night. I stayed there that night because I didn't have a door, and the rest of my stuff was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like,
wait a minute. I
didn't have a door.
You slept in the house without the door?
There was no patio door. Like, there was a glass door over here.
Yeah.
And I remember just sitting on the couch. And then I'm remembering, like, when I first moved into this apartment, like, not even 6 months ago. And I was just like, bro, I got more furniture right now in this place and more stuff in this place than when I first moved in. When I first moved in, I came in one night and I had my ex's what you call the beds, a little blow up mattress.
Yeah, air mattress.
I just had an air mattress, bro. I didn't have a couch when I first moved in. I didn't have no TV stand. I don't even think I had a TV, bro. Like, I started like accumulating that stuff. And then, I got broken into. I'm sitting on the couch. And this was April of 2015. And I'm looking around like, dang, bro, somebody really got me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The next morning they came and padded up the door or whatever. And I stayed in the hotel for like the rest of the week. But here's a player thing I did. And I want everybody to know this is another little life hack.
Uh-oh.
If that ever happened and you need to go stay in an apartment and you need to stay in a hotel, you can ask your leasing office to subtract the hotel stay from your rent. That's what I did, bro.
Oh, really?
They subtracted what I stayed at the hotel. They subtracted that from my rent.
That's dope. A lot of people don't know about that one, bro.
Network. But yeah, I did that, but it was sad. But what's crazy, I ended up going to the second floor to a 2-bedroom instead of a 1-bedroom. I had a nicer place with a balcony. And I was paying less rent. Right. Come to find out, I was paying too much for that 1-bedroom, bro. They was overcharging me. So when I went to go get the 2-bedroom, they was like, well, you just pay the difference. It's probably not that much more. She said, so what are you paying now? I told her. She was just like, oh, you're paying that for the 1-bedroom? I said, yes, ma'am. What am I supposed to be paying? She was like, well, the 2-bedroom is only such and such and such and such. I think it was 803. She was like, the 2-bedroom is only 803.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, this was 2014. I think that same apartment is probably like 1,300, 1,400 right now.
Rent is high in Atlanta, bro.
Yeah, big time. And ain't nobody paying more. You know what I'm saying, for you to stay there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was 2015 in the shoot. My rent went from being 9 something. I think I went from paying $968 to $803.
Yeah.
And I got a better apartment, safer apartment, nicer, more bedrooms, more space. So, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So it was like, when I saw them cops last month, bro, that's why I wasn't scared. People watch that thing and they're like, how in the world did you not lose your composure? Yeah. How'd you do that? Because I really was just like resting in the will of God. I'm blessing God's will no matter what.
Man, that's real spill, man. Real spill. The conversation tonight was definitely crazy, bro. We'd have been on this thing for a long time, but boy, when When you got
But
that
we
good
got
time.
so much history, bro. We got so much to talk about. From
Yeah,
the
man.
crypto space to the Chinese, you the GOAT. We done found out you the GOAT. You know what I'm
Go,
saying?
boy.
I ain't played no music. You know?
Go, man. You got something queued up for us you want to play?
Hey, man. Always, man.
Well, you know, we love to hear music.
Okay, well, shoot, man. Let me start with this Christ on the Boat joint, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I was really feeling. I'm gonna plug you directly in. If you need to say something, I'm not gonna be able to hear you. But you need to say something, you do that. I'll unplug it real quick.
And I'm gonna just sit back and enjoy the music, bro.
Okay, cool.
Check out what the soul gonna play for us. Appreciate everybody. Ryan.
Yeah, so that's the Christ on the Boat joint.
Yeah, like that, man. I feel it. I feel it in your voice, bro. What
Yeah,
direction you trying to go with that, man? You think you're trying to take that to urban radio or urban AC or what gospel? What direction you trying to go?
I feel like it's a little bit ahead of its time. I feel like all my music is ahead of its time. I feel like the music that I did 2 years ago kind of fits more into what's going on now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the stuff I did with the Burroughs T, Soul, Decentralized, Feeling the Vibe. Like everybody's kind of in that right now. You know what I'm saying? Motion. Come and take a shot tonight.
Boy,
All of them.
boy.
So
Man.
it's just like all of this music to me is timeless. It only take one before all of them, you know what I'm saying, blow up, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like it's my responsibility as an artist just to make sure I make true music that I want to put out, you know? It don't matter when I put it out or where I'm taking it. But to answer your question, like with Christ on the Boat, I feel like it could play on Foxy. I feel like it could play on Urban AC, Hot Urban AC. I feel like it could play on Christian radio. I could play it for old people, young people. I could dance to it. I could chill to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's positive, and I don't feel like it's going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's it's a record that I really felt. Psalms 100 says, you know, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye land. So I came in. Let's make a joyful noise to the Lord, all ye land. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm coming in like I want people to kind of feel the soulfulness of it, but then at the same time I gotta break loose because you hit them that ta da da. I take a godly approach. Don't talk out the side of your neck. You
Yeah.
know I got Christ on the boat. I never straddled the fence. When you got God, you can boast. Got a new car in the crib.
Yeah.
Got a new job. Paying myself to live. You know what I'm saying? It's like I still feel like that. I still feel soulful, but I still feel like ah ah. I'm hungry.
It's like
I'm
crazy,
ready.
boy.
You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
think it's also because I have an exercise routine now, like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and sometimes Thursdays. I actually exercise. You know what I'm saying? I got a fitness trainer, I got a fitness group. And ever since then, I have like a lot. I feel like the energy is translating into the music too. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? When I was engineering, sitting down for 16 and 17 hours, majority of the day, and making music, I can hear it. I can hear my voice. I can hear it in my tone. I can hear it like in my stamina of recording. Now, like like this song 311, I'm pretty much yelling the whole time.
Yeah.
311, when I got out of jail, bro, I was just like, I'm not singing no song right now. I need a hard beat with hard drums. I'm gonna take this mug shot and I'm gonna get somebody to make an album cover. I'm gonna
Yeah.
name it 311. I was born at 311. My father passed in room 113 when I was a kid. So this 113 and 13 is the number of transformation. Yes, I'm in the numerology as well. But you got to be into all the, like, learn everything. The Bible says seek understanding. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to learn as much as I can. But I dropped 311 comes out March 11th.
Oh,
And
so we get the early spill up.
you get the early. But this
Oh.
I feel so good because usually I finish the cover and just kind of like drop it that day. I don't put no marketing into it. I don't talk to nobody. You know, just like here it goes, y'all. You know, but like when the music is special, like when you make a big deal out of it and you give yourself some time and you pick a day for it to come out, like how we picked this day to, and we count it down. I don't know if you saw the countdown I did for this interview that me and you did.
Nah.
But on Instagram, like I counted it down. It was like, hey, look, tune in tonight, and we did it for a few different days. It gives people that excitement. People got to see things 2 or 3 times before they catch on, because they see stuff so much. People don't really catch on until about the 3rd or the 4th time, because our attention span is so small.
Wow, you just put me on the some more game. I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind.
Oh yeah. You gotta tap into people's attention span. Like I don't know how these people ain't left, so they must just love us, man. They just love us.
Man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
But
I want to hear this 311, bro. I'm so anxious because like you know, from your experience of what you go through, your vibe of your music always be differently. You know what I mean?
right. We gotta change the lights up for this one right here, man.
Dude. It changed the vibe up, boy.
Yo, where the money reside? This is where the money reside.
Bro.
I ain't repeat myself not one time.
Man, bro.
I said, what y'all want?
Bro, I gotta wipe the fire off my eye, man.
I said, what they gonna do to me?
Oh man, you got the flames coming over here on this side, bro. Golly.
They trying to meet their quota for the night. I'm on John C. Calhoun. I got invited out to Alley Cats. My truck look like the president. They hoping that I give consent. Hope that I'm ignorant. They said, here, blow inside it. See, that don't even sound right. It's a whole pandemic. I love my life. It's a slap to the face. We were naming the street.
You cannot drop that hard song, bro, and not come with a visual for that one. You gotta come with a visual for that one, bro.
You right, bro.
Like, man, that song too hard to not have a visual.
You right, bro.
People, after everybody hear it, they want to see something in that.
They want to see something.
Depending on how dope the visual you come with is gonna dictate how far that song take off, bro.
That's why in my mind, I've got to piece the treatment together. I can't wait on anybody else to put a treatment together. I can't even wait on anybody else to shoot a video. Well, I can hire a cameraman, but I gotta like I know how things are supposed to look in my head. I know how they're supposed to feel. And it's like, until I can collaborate with a videographer that I feel like can really embody that, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm coming with the music, but when it comes to video, and I don't know why a lot of people do this, when they hear professional music or they see like, oh, used to work with such and such, and they know they just did a video for $100, $150, but now when it's me, it's like, oh, that's gonna be like $2,000. Huh? You just did a video for $250. What are you doing? No, but this is gonna be a hit though. Okay, so I need to find out who I can work with that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, somebody I can grow with, somebody that got a vision, you know what I'm saying? Someone I can tell them a vision, or we can collaborate on a vision. Because when it comes to music, bro, I feel like I can do anything with audio. I can make the speaker sound however I want to, I feel like. But when it comes to visuals, which is the most important thing in music right now, for whatever reason, it's like I gotta have a go-to person. Like I feel like with the graphics, I've got a go-to person.
Yeah.
The girl who did 311 with the Christ on the boat and the 84 Soul logo, like she's going crazy with her name is Olivia. She's in New Zealand. I found her online and she's just amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it comes to these videos, I got somebody in mind. I just got to get them in pocket. If I get the person, there's a director that I really want, I get them in pocket. I ain't gonna say no names, but there's a director that I really want.
Is
I
this
want really want to shoot out.
director? Is this director from Augusta, or can you
No,
give
he's not from Augusta, but he did shoot Baby Boy's video, the first one. So if you know, you know. Well, the only one Baby Boy shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, man, no doubt, bro. Man, I appreciate you getting on the 2021 convo. This was crazy, man. I can't wait to get uploaded to YouTube.
Hey,
but
bro.
before I let you go, man, I want you to go ahead and give out all your social media info so everybody can hit you up, bro.
Hey, man, look, if y'all on Instagram, y'all already see it as Work With Soul. I'm on TikTok as well. But really, I want y'all to go to my website, the 84soulmusic.com. That's where you can kind of get a sense of the merchandise if you want to get shirts. If you can't afford a shirt, bro, I'll send you a shirt. I've been sending shirts out, you know what I'm saying? I got a little budget now, you know what I'm saying? Got a little budget.
Yeah.
So you know, like I really want people to have the blessed regardless and the Christ on the boat and listen to the music and share the music with people and, you know, follow the story, not just because I want y'all to follow me. It ain't about me. It's about what God is doing in my life. And I just want to lead by example and just really help where I can help. You know what I'm saying? Assist where I can assist. And just do the right thing. You got to do the right thing every time. The reason why I'm not locked up in the cage, bro, because I really wasn't doing anything wrong. The reason why I posted on Instagram today and YouTube and TikTok and all of it, the complaint that I sent is to show people like, hey, look, you don't have to get ran over. You can make a complaint on the cops if they bother you. Nobody's supposed to touch you. Nobody's supposed to touch your things. You need to learn the law. You need to learn money very well. You need to understand spirituality for yourself, not what somebody has told you about spirituality. You need to talk to God and you need to pray and figure out, you know, like what he's trying to tell you. God trying to tell us all something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, if you want to get in contact with your spirituality, but I feel like everything you do, you got to make it a lifestyle. If I'm going to be an artist, I got to have an artist lifestyle. I got to have an exercise lifestyle. If I'm going to eat correctly, I got to have a eating routine. You know what I'm saying? Right. So these are the things I'm doing now. It's like that I'm watching the things that I consume, from the things that I listen to, from the things that I read, from the things that I watch, from the things that I eat, how I spend my time, who I'm speaking to, how much time I'm spending doing other things. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's no lack of integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all start to drift. Everybody started to drift, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right now, like, my room looks crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I like my room will look just amazing. Like, bed made, you know what I'm saying? Vacuum, you know, nothing on the dresser. But now, like, you go in there, like, stuff all over the dresser. I ain't made the bed a couple days. Yeah. I need a vacuum in there. You know, I done took a plate up in there.
The life of an artist. The lifestyle of an artist, bro.
But you know what? But we drift like that everywhere in life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's with our money, whether it's our business relationships, we have to look at where we've drifted at. And it's not bad or wrong. We have to look at the impact. How do we impact and then bring it back? How do we bring it back to integrity? I feel like that's where the music industry is. I feel like that's where we are with politics. I feel like a lot has gone corrupt. A lot has drifted. Even in a lot of the churches. Yeah. A lot of the churches, a lot of the pastors need to apologize to their congregation for keeping them blind. But that's a whole nother story. Like, we'll be on
that. Yeah. Now, man, we gonna go, man. Definitely, bro. I appreciate you taking the time out to chime in with us. And boy, I can't wait to get that 311.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Bro. You've got the 311.
Hold on.
You got it.
Hold on.
You got it. You got Christ on the boat, holding back, and 311.
Hold on. I got the email up right now.
Yeah, it's from that J Soul 02. Uh-huh. Yes, sir.
Bro.
Yes, sir.
Bruh,
Uh-huh.
bruh,
Just sitting there waiting on you. Waiting on you to press play. Press
bro.
play.
What do we have here?
Uh-oh.
What do we have here? What do we have here? Boy, I do got it. Ooh.
It's where the money reside.
Well, I already got some concepts of the video, like especially with the breathalyzer. I had that going back to visualize. Man, I had boy the visual be so dope, bro. Man, you got the vision. I know you got the vision.
Yeah, it's time.
Like I say, you can't have a dope song like that and not have a dope vision.
Yeah, but I gotta bring them cameras. I gotta have them camera.
Picture J. Cole had on, because this record is on the level of something like J. Cole would drop, but your style reminds me of the style of this record reminds me of Will Smith's son, Jaden.
Okay. Got you.
That's what the style remind me of. But yeah, boy, you got to get, man. Don't be waiting on 6 months for no visuals, boy. You gonna miss the boat.
Nah, I ain't trying to miss no boat.
You gonna miss that boat, boy.
But for real, like, and I did write a petition. I don't know if you saw it.
I seen the petition.
The petition is to change the name of that street to my grandfather's name.
Now, why is it that you want this street, the name of this street changed? Why is it?
It was interesting, bro, and I feel like I've been called to be a catalyst for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just in a conversation where they was talking about, how John C. Calhoun was a slave owner or whatever, and they was working on changing the name of the street. And I remember asking them, like, well, what are they changing it to? They were like, well, they don't know yet, and it's in the works. And I remember looking it up. I'm like, they've been working on changing the name for 3-4 years. Like, we've already voted, like, okay, we know why it's there, to slap black folk in the face. You know what I'm saying? Because John C. Calhoun is not from Georgia, but you know what I'm saying? You're from South Carolina. You're the vice president. And you said that black people were the second-class citizens or the inferior race. And he said also that slavery was the necessary evil. Like, these are the things he quoted as saying. You know what I'm saying? And evil people will just make sure that something's evil there, that just make sure that, you know what? So you know your place, black man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is here to remind you of your place, of what we look at you, how we look at you. And I think that we don't have to deal with that abuse anymore. You know what I'm saying? Black people are very educated. And if we're going to be going down the street, we don't need to be going down the street name of a person who thought like that about black people. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. When the majority of the people who spending money up in the city is black people. People who having babies and trying to make a living up in Augusta. It's a lot of black people. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I'm very certain I was pulled over because I was black. You know what I'm saying? Not because I was speeding, because you saw me, I'm in a nice car, and I'm black, and I look young. So you're going to make up whatever you can to try to humiliate me. If you Google my name right now, it's the first thing come up, mugshot and the charges. But all the charges are bogus. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. There's people who have credit companies who restore people credit who have like a charge set fraud, and it's bogus. You know what I'm saying? But they lost business because now they got a fraud charge that they're working on. I talked to another guy who, the police were following him all the way home, and he called the police because he said he was scared. They come up to his car and they arrest him for improper use of 911. He goes to jail for 2 days. Improper use of 911. Y'all followed me home. I was at the Arby's. I was at the gas station, and the same cops pull up at your house, Sly. And now you like, why are these cops pulling? They ain't got no probable cause to be pulling up at your house, Sly. You call the police, you like, hey, I don't know why these guys out here. The cops come up to you at your house, arrest you, and tell you that you used 911 improperly, and we're taking you to jail. Took him to jail. He stayed there for 2 days, bro, because he black.
That's crazy, bro. It's wild.
Another person I know, 20 days in jail for someone, you know what I'm saying, that she wasn't even doing it. It was a person she was staying with. Found it in the bed. She coming home from work. She worked 2 jobs, 20 days in jail. People getting treated like criminals out here. People are being searched. There's another guy like, oh man, I keep hearing the more I put my story out, the more people in Augusta are like, oh bro, that happened to me on Washington Road. They made me blow into the breathalyzer. Oh, I went to jail for 9 hours. I went to the same. Huh? All these people, first time jail, first time arrest. And it's all black men. You know what I'm saying? If it was white women, or if it was anything, like, people would have been like, oh, there's some conspiracy going on, or there's something going on. But it's happening to black men, so it's just like, man, that's just how they do, man. No, we're gonna put a stop to it. If we gotta live here, and it's gonna be our community, we can't deal with cops who are not following the laws, bro. Especially when we following them. If I wasn't following the law, I'd be in the jail.
Yeah.
But you can come up to me and completely break the law and think I ain't gonna say nothing? You tripping. I want you to lose your job. Your supervisor who told me that he didn't see nothing wrong with it at first, he needs to lose his job, because the whole thing that I'm seeing, y'all done sent me this email, but like, oh, okay, yeah, your case is valid, but you have a pending case with us, so there's no disciplinary actions that's gonna be happening to the cops right now. It's like, okay, we done moved a little bit further up the food chain as far as getting some action done to these crooked cops. However, they're still trying to play the political game, and I know all about it. I'm ready for it. You get what I'm saying? I can't say everything that I know, but I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting how all this plays out, because for real, y'all shouldn't have no case on me anyway. I emailed them back. I said, so are y'all going to proceed with your criminal case? Now I'm waiting on a response, because I get this case dropped. Now I'm frying other fish. But I had to lead by example. I had to get my justice first. When you're on a plane, they say put the mask on yourself first before you put the mask on everybody else. Make sure you can breathe, so you can help somebody else breathe. Yeah. So what I'm doing when I'm going down there to get my justice, when I go down there and change the street name, that's my justice. That's for me. Because I couldn't imagine me being an activist, ain't nothing ever happened to me. You know what I'm saying? I can't even have no real muscle to be upset about anything or to change anything if I ain't got the temperature that got too hot where it's time to move. But now the temperature is so hot, Sly. It's so hot. Like, you can hear it on that song. You can just hear it in my intensity. That it's like, you know what? Y'all not about to treat us like second-class citizens. Y'all not about to pull people over just because they black. And the black people in my community gonna know the law. Y'all gonna know what the police can do, what they can't do. And them folk, they gotta apologize to me, bro. They gotta give me my money back. They gotta give me my license back. And they gotta let everybody know we pulled him over for nothing.
So they got your license.
When you get a DUI, they take your license, and if you're a habitual offender, they suspend your license. The reason why they had to give me a temporary license is because I had never had no arrests, no felony, no what. I'm not a habitual offender. So they had to give me my license.
Yeah.
And I'm a grown man.
Wow.
Yeah. There was one lady in there, bro, Infinity. I don't know her name. But she was the only one who treated me like a human being up in that place, bro. One person. And she said, I hope you really get out of here. Nobody thought you was born in 84, and like, you really, because it's your first time being here, you're supposed to go see the mental health specialist and all that. She said, but I really hope that you're not here that long. because that means that you will be here till the morning. I just pray that you. She just kept on saying, "You're like you my brother's age, and you know, I can kind of see what's going on. You ain't have no arrest, and you ain't have nothing going on." This is how she talking to me. I'm just like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'll be out of here. I said, God is good. God is everything. You know, like we just in there just kind of really praising the Lord together for real. But I remember when I was leaving, and they asked me what you did before you leave. Another black lady. This is a different lady. And I told her what the charges were. I said, they said I was speeding. They said I was DUI. They said I had improper tint on my window. She's like, oh, that's what they said, huh? That's what they said. She's like, okay, sir. Mr. Burrows, yeah, take a Uber next time, okay?
Hey man, innocent until proven guilty.
Innocent and proven. In my head, like the old me was saying really bad words about her. But you know, I just remember Jesus when he was about to get hung on the cross. He said, "Man, they don't know what they do. The enemies don't know what they do, bro. Like she really thought that you really think I'm out there drinking and driving? Okay, probably like some other people in there, bro. The only person I saw in there that was clearly drunk when I was there, white boy." Sleep next to the toilet.
Yeah.
On the ground. Everybody else that looked like me, dreads and stuff, we was chilling. There was this one older guy, tears in his eyes. He couldn't stop crying. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what he was charged with. I didn't even see him on the dollar paper thing, Augusta crime. I don't know what he did, but he was crying hysterically. Probably because I don't even recognize him on the thing, but he just was not. He was just crying, not making any noise, but you can see it's coming out of his eye. And I'm just like, what is going on here, bro? I didn't have to take my clothes off. You know, I had different shoes or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, I really wasn't there that long. I just thank God I wasn't there that long because I was really getting aggravated. And then you start thinking about everything. You ain't got your phone. You ain't got no internet. You can't scroll up and down.
Nah, bro. Ain't none of that in there, cuz.
And shoot, bro. And it really dawned on me when you know.
Hold on. It's one thing that they do have in there, and that is the radio.
If there's a radio anywhere, bro, it must have been upstairs. Because where I was at.
There wasn't no radio where you was at.
And it just seemed like they kept on adding more people to the room, bro. I'm like, why y'all all of these rooms I see all these other rooms. There's other rooms y'all could put people in.
Yeah.
Y'all keep putting people in this room.
Wasn't no social distancing?
They gave us masks. You had to do your own social distancing.
Thought you had to stay 6 feet apart.
You in jail, bro. They don't care nothing about that. They done put you in a cell, bro. They don't care whether you live or die at that point, bro. It's like we come get you when it's time for you to come get you.
Yeah.
That's it. You in there. You got a question or something? Hey, we'll be back. I'll be back. Dude, we're trying to ask a question. He's like, excuse me, sir. Hey, I'll be back. I'll be back. Don't ask me that. I'm just like, oh shit, wow. I didn't ask nothing either then. Damn.
Yeah. Man, on that note, man, we gonna ride out to that, man.
I didn't kept you too long, man. Yep. I didn't kept you too long, Sly.
Man, this is a great convo. I'm just afraid that it was so long that I want to make sure I get it all. When you saving stuff to your tablet, and you know how that be. So
no, I think that I can save it too, bro. So like
Oh, you record too.
I got a plug-in on Chrome that you can go to Instagram and save stuff. As long as you save it, it'll save.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna save it. I'm on it right now. So definitely, man, you gotta keep us posted on your situation, man.
Oh yeah.
We got the convo out here now, so everybody, the whole world gonna be interested now. So you gotta keep us posted, man, because March right around the corner.
Yeah, man. And like, what I'm saying, it's not a a fight between black and white people, bro. It's a fight between evil and good, period. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But you know, when black people are evil, bro, they put us in jail. We go to prison, you know what I'm saying? But when white people are evil, they can have a badge. They can have a presidency. You know what I'm saying? They can be put in positions where they can make a lot of money. Very crooked. They don't let black people really make crooked money. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of white people making crooked money. I just gotta say that, bro. It's like it's time for all the crookedness to stop. You know what I'm saying? The wicked people gonna continue to be wicked. Righteous people gonna continue to be righteous. But like it's time for righteous people to stop getting stepped on. Because, you know, it's like it's time for us to fight for our rights. It's time for us to come together. And if we're gonna have peace and we're gonna have positivity, we've got to make it happen. We can't wait on Biden and all them to give us no peace and no money. And like we got to go get our own bread. You got to fix your own economy. You got to fix your own living situations, your own spirituality, your own plights.
Yeah.
And shoot, that's it, bro. That's all I wanted to say.
Man, no doubt, bro. Hey, my dog, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. The conversation was amazing tonight, boy. Woo!
I ain't even scratched. There's so much stuff I left out, bro. You know, we might have to do a series.
we definitely gonna get back on again because I know you probably gonna update the people on your situation. So it's a must. We have to do that. You know, so we'll get back up here next month or something whenever you feel like you ready to, you know, let the world in on what happened. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
Just keep me posted, man. But in the meantime, in between time, man, stay blessed. And we wish you mad success in all your future endeavors, man. And just don't forget about us, the little people over here, bro.
No, we all come up together, man. I already know who got my back. I already know who been playing it. Sly, you played the music. I've never said, Sly, play my song. That what people think. I've never said, Sly. I'll always just let you listen to the music. Whatever you want to play. My brother the same way. He on the biggest station in Atlanta. Yeah. I don't say, hey. I let them listen to the music because I really believe that DJs need to play songs that they like. They need to play the ones that fit in their mix, fit in their groove. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if I got that, cool. I'm not going to premeditate it and say, oh, let me make a song like this so the DJ can play it. Like maybe that's probably how a lot of people are successful at it, but I can't make music like that. It don't ever work for me like that. So I have to just make what I feel. And if the DJ love it or the people love it, cool. But I can't reverse. I don't want to ever reverse engineer my music like that.
All right, man. Shoot. Hey, man, I'm out of here, man. I'm about to go eat me some jerk chicken.
I saw the golden crust on the page, man. I said, hold up, Sly. Save me some golden crust, man.
Get on this golden crust. So
you were like, this is today plate, this tomorrow plate. And that's jerk right there. That's some good jerk.
I'm gonna jerk today. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, man.
Yeah.
Man, hey, everybody that tuned in tonight, we appreciate y'all. Don't forget this footage will be on YouTube real soon.
Yeah.
Right, we gone, man. Peace, love, and happiness. We out here.
Take care. Thank you so much, Sly.
Man, anytime, bro.
DJ Sly, DJ Sly Tay, DJ Sly, DJ Sly.